hype for Paranormal Activity has caused quite a stir in Hollywood. Hey, I'm Matt Morrow.
And I'm Jill Simonian. It's being released nationwide tomorrow, so everybody can see what exactly we're talking about. Our Steve Patterson talked to the writer-director about the hype, the buzz, the scare factor. This is a story you will see only on Hollywood Dailies.
Hearing a weird sound. Something's here. I feel it breathing on me.
You got the idea for this after some kind of weird things started happening in your own life. Is that true? And if so, what were these weird things?
We had, things falling off shelves in the middle of the night that were not supposed to. And I wasn't necessarily thinking, we gotta have a ghost in the house, but it makes you wonder, what goes on when you're asleep.
Shot this movie in your own house in about a week, but it took a year to really get everything right. Did family and friends think you were crazy?
No, because no one knew what I was doing. I didn't tell anyone.
What was your filmmaking experience before that? I know that you were involved in developing video games and things like that. What about in filmmaking? Have you done anything?
No, that's the first thing I've done.
Whenever DreamWorks says, hey, we're going to do a remake, and then they actually watch the audience taking in your movie and decide, we got to do that. Was that just an elated moment?
That was amazing. And then the next day, just to make sure they're making the right decision, they had Steven Spielberg watch the movie to give his stamp of approval. And he loved it. So that was one of the most amazing moments of my life to hear that.
There's an internet rumor about when Spielberg watched this. So what's the real story? What happened?
So the story is that he watched the movie, and I think he watched it in his bedroom, and then the next day he tried to get back into his bedroom and it was locked in from the inside. And he's like, I don't want this DVD anywhere in the house, and I took it back to the office.
Well, have you had a chance to talk with Steven Spielberg?
Not directly.
So we should invite Steven Spielberg. You should have lunch with Oren. He'd love to chat with you. You guys can pick each other's brains. What's something that scares you that would kind of surprise audiences at home?
Vegetables.
Wait. We got to unpack that. Vegetables scare you. Let's talk about that.
I don't like vegetables.
Have you thought about doing a horror movie about vegetables?
I'm considering some ideas.
I'm Steve Patterson for Hollywood Dailies.
Well, no one was more surprised about the success of the film than the director himself, and he has a lot to say about it. Steve Patterson has part 2 of his interview tomorrow here, only on Hollywood Dailies.
All right, Matt, I'm going to get right to it. I got a little, totally Hollywood story about this Paranormal Activity.
Please share.
A couple years ago, when I was I was working for Reels Channel in LA, the guy who used to come to our office every single day and deliver us lunch had this DVD.
No way.
In his library at home. A friend had given it to him, and he passed it on to me, and he said, Jill, take a look at this. DreamWorks has purchased this, and they're going to turn it into a movie. I watched it, scared to death, and I said, this thing's going to be a hit. I'm not kidding. Amazing Hollywood story.
You should pick more movies like that.
Dave the Foodie Guy. Dave the Foodie Guy. Thank you for that.
All right. Well, the rest of us will be able to check it out when it comes out on Friday.
Yes.